All right, guys, today's notes is specifically over graphing lines in slope-intercept form. Slope-intercept form is the form that you are most used to. It's the most commonly known. It's probably the easiest form to graph lines in. So hopefully this is going to feel like quite a bit of review because you have used slope-intercept before. So first of all, slope-intercept form looks like y equals mx plus b. Okay, where x and y are variables, m is your slope. Okay, so that rise over run. And then b is specifically the y-intercept. Okay, so it's going to be the point where x is 0, and then whatever b is the y value. So it's the y-intercept. Okay. When graphing in slope-intercept form, there's 4 main steps that you want to do. You might not always write down all these steps. You might not have to do every single step, but you should basically be going through these 4 steps in your head when graphing in slope-intercept form. So the first step is you have to solve for y. Now, a lot of the times, y will already be solved for. So if y is already alone and it's already solved for, you don't have to worry about step 1. Okay, so that's only important for if y is not alone. Okay, step 2 is then get your slope. So you want to get the slope, which is that m value. Okay, and your y-intercept, which is the b value. Okay, so that's step 2. You want to find your slope and your y-intercept. Step 3 is then to go ahead and plot the y-intercept. So whatever your y-intercept is, that's that point 0, and then whatever b is, you want to go ahead and put that on your graph. You want to graph that point. And then last but not least, step 4 says you want to use the slope, so whatever your slope is, to get 2 more points. The important part here is you want to get 2 more points. You're going to have 3 points altogether before you actually draw your line. And then at that point, once you have all 3 of those points, you want to go ahead and draw that line. Okay, so those are the 4 main steps to remember when sloping in slope-intercept form. What I'm going to go ahead and do now for you is I'm going to do a couple of examples using those steps where we graph in slope-intercept form. So example 1 here says y equals negative x plus 1. So the first step is solve for y. Well, very nicely here, we already have y solved for. The next step is you want to find your slope, so your m value, and your y-intercept, which is your b value. Okay, the slope is whatever integer is in front of your x. So notice here, in front of my x is just that negative. It says negative x. Well, if we remember, if there's nothing there in front of the x, that's like a negative 1. So you want to think of this as a negative 1x. So your slope, which is rise over run, is a negative 1 over 1. Okay, so that is your slope, negative 1 over 1. Your y-intercept is then whatever comes after x. So it's going to be plus or minus some number. In this situation, it's plus 4. So it's going to be at the point 0, 4. Okay. So now that we've found the slope and the y-intercept, that's step 2. Step 3 is then to plot your y-intercept. Well, my y-intercept's at 0.04. So I'm going to go 0 on the x-axis and then 4 on the y-axis. So it's going through the point 4 on the y-axis. Then you want to use your slope to help you get 2 more points. So since it's a -1 over 1, you can either go down 1, okay, and then to the right 1, or you can go above 1 and then to the left. So you can go up 1 to the left 1, or you can go down 1 to the right 1. Either way. And again, you just need 3 points. We have these 3 points, so I'm now good to draw my line. The line doesn't have to be perfect. It's just the general idea. Okay. So there's that first example. The second example, if you notice, is x minus 3y equals 9. Key thing here, we have to use step 1 this time because we do not have x solved for. Y solved for. Y is not alone here. So we're going to need to solve for y. Okay, so if I rewrite this equation here, and I'm trying to solve for y. Oh, can't really see that. Sorry. There you go. And I'm trying to solve for y. The first thing you should do is get this x to the other side. To do that, I'm going to subtract x from both sides. So these cancel. You now have a -3y equals a -x plus 9. Okay, you need to put the x value first. That is important, guys. You have to put the x, then the 9. So it's in slope-intercept form. Then last but not least, we divide every term by -3. So that becomes a 1. So now you have y equals a -x divided by a -3, guys. This is again like saying a -1x. So it's like saying 1 over 3x. And then 9 divided by -3 here is -3. So this is your new equation. Leave it as 1/3 x, guys. Do not make it a decimal. Oops, sorry. If you make it a decimal, it won't be in slope form. You need to have it as rise over run, so no decimals. All right. So now that we have y solved for, we can go about the rest of our steps. So we want to get our slope, our m value, which that is 1/3 here. And then we also want to get our y-intercept, which this time is -3, so it's at 0.0, -3. Step 3, plot your y-intercept. So at -3 on the y-axis. Then use your slope to get 2 more points. So it's 1/3. So you want to go up 1, and then 1, 2, 3 to the right 1. Up 1, 1, 2, 3 to the right 3. So up 1 to the right 3, up 1 to the right 3. You could also, if you want to, guys, you can also go down 1 and then to the left 3. You don't have to. I usually just keep it positive, but some people like to do that as well. And then you then you draw your line. Okay? So again, hopefully this was a bit of review. You should have already used slope-intercept form before. This is all I have today for the notes. I will see you guys soon. Have a good day. Bye.